Professor Panagariya, you're here at an interesting time. The countdown, the final countdown to the elections is well and truly on. And we had Prime Minister Modi say just last week that it's the Modi guarantee that India will be the third largest economy in the world in his third term. Now, that's something you predicted earlier, both that Prime Minister Modi would have a third term and that India would cross that third largest economy barrier. Why are you so sure of both of those?
Well, the growth as it is happening, we grew, if you look at the pre-COVID era, we grew close to about 7% for the period. Last year, 1920 was slowed down. Mm-hmm. But other than that, if you take that year out, we did quite well. And it is the same growth rate which has to return, probably a little bit accelerated. For a number of reasons, which is, the balance sheets of the banks as well as the corporates are in good shape now. Savings and investment rates have picked up. Our investment rate is now back to about close to 34%, which is in several years it's the highest. And a lot of the reforms that were done ought to pay off. So all in all, I think, situation is quite good. Internationally, the global marketplace for us looks good as well, with the China plus one finally picking up for India. So for all those reasons, I think we'll easily sustain 7% plus, and that's enough for us to, by 28-29, cross the remaining two countries that are there between the United States and China on the upper side, and us in the fifth place.
Prime Minister Modi linked that, of course, with the fact that he would get a third term, and he was sure of that third term. You've said that too. Now, does that come from an economist perspective or from somebody who is a supporter of the Modi government?
No, look, I support a government which is in national interest, and Modi government is in national interest, so that's the reason I support him. But his victory, of course, will be well earned. The kind of progress we have made is quite unprecedented, especially in some of the areas. If you look at the infrastructure build-up, we have never had this kind of infrastructure build-up in such a short period of time. The capital expenditures have been raised at all-time high, and they have been actually used very effectively. So that is on one side, one part of it. Other, I think, his delivery of all the benefits has been impeccably good. The beneficiaries are receiving what is owed to them. Mm-hmm. And the economic growth is being maintained. Reforms have been done. There are some issues about which we can talk, where I have some reservations, like, on trade side and all. But that's only one of the many areas. In most other areas, I think the government has made very steady progress.